Hey, welcome back to Not Easy Being Geeky. And last week we talked about how fucking dope the Midnight Gospel was. If you haven't listened to that episode, then you don't know what this episode for this week is about, because I did mention that this week I'm talking about Inuyasha, which is probably by far one of my favorite animes that I've ever seen. It holds a special place for me because it's one of the first animes I ever watched. And The thing is even still today, I still enjoy it. It holds up, man. I think a lot of those '90s animes do. They were the best fucking ones. I'm sorry, like actually, I'm not sorry. I think we can all agree on that. That a lot of the '90s animes, still today like hold up very well. Like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z. I mean, they're still fucking going, most of them. So if that doesn't tell you something, then I don't know what does. We get like one season animes now. So anyway, but yeah, we're talking about Inuyasha today, and how there's gonna be a fucking sequel. I'm so excited. Oh my god. I'm so fucking excited. Okay, sorry, I'm screaming. But I really am excited about this, and there so okay, so breaking it down. Apparently, first of all, it was very hard for me because it literally just dropped like a week ago that they were going to be doing this, and it came out of nowhere. Like there was no hype for it or anything. Now there's hype, but like, I literally had no clue this was going to happen, and I had planned a different episode, but when I heard that, I was like, oh no, that's going to have to wait. We got to talk about this like now. It's too dope to not talk about. And I had always planned on doing an Inuyasha episode. Oh god, help me. Episode, but now is the perfect time to talk about it because there's going to be the sequel. And I do have some concerns and a lot of fucking questions, and I hope they get answered in this. But so the series is going to be called Princess Half Demon. And at first, just off the seeing the name, I thought, okay, Inuyasha and Kagome's daughter. No, it's actually the main characters are Sesshomaru's daughters, which, by the way, just spoilers ahead, letting you know if you haven't seen Inuyasha, it's almost a 20-year-old anime, so that's kind of your fault, but it's on Hulu, so you could pause and rewatch it or watch it and binge it. I did recently, not too long ago, and I still loved it. But anyway, yeah, so it's on Hulu, so go check it out. Just warning you now that there are spoilers, just like in most of my episodes. It's kind of why you guys come here, I think, to get spoilers. But it's Sesshomaru's daughters, which threw me the fuck off, because if you know this series, Sesshomaru fucking hates people. Like, he hates humans. All of them, minus Rin. She is the exception, because she was an adorable little girl. But yeah, he hates all fucking humans. So I have questions about that. Anyway, so it's about Sesshomaru's daughters, and long story short, I'm going to summarize this from the articles I read. So apparently, this takes place 10 years down the line from when we last saw our protagonists. And Sesshomaru's daughters get separated by a forest fire. And while trying to find her younger sister, Towa, Towa finds a tunnel that leads her into present-day Japan, which I can only imagine would be like in the 2000s, because this was, I think, taking place in the early 2000s or late 90s, so maybe like 2010s, who knows. So hell yeah, we're gonna get a mid 2000s Inuyasha. So we're gonna hear Usher. No, I'm kidding, that'd be awesome. Just hearing like Inuyasha dance to Usher, that'd be great. um yeah. But yeah, so they get separated by a forest fire, and they've already announced their names, by the way, so I'm not really giving too much spoilers here. That you can find it in like all the articles. They've already like confirmed like their names and things like that. But the sisters get separated, and one of them gets found by Kagome's brother and is raised by Kagome's brother and her family. So, aw, sweet. So like, aw, he gets to meet I guess not his niece. It'd be, I mean, I guess, like, what would that fucking be? Because it's Sashomaru's kid. Can someone, families are confusing. Well, because Sashomaru's Inuyasha's brother, but Inuyasha is Kagome's husband, I would assume at this point. I think they get married. Yes, they do. It's announced. Sorry, I'm backtracking here. Yes, they get married anyway. And so what the fuck would that make him? Anyway, it's confusing. Families are confusing. And anyway, so then you find out like Setsuna, which is the other sister, doesn't remember her older sister at all because now the tunnel that connected the two eras reopened, and so gives them an opportunity to meet, but she doesn't remember anything about her. And then here's where my more questions come in, because apparently Inuyasha and Kagome's daughter, Maroha, joins them, and she doesn't know her parents. So what the fuck happened to Inuyasha and Kagome? Because I know they would not abandon their kid. As annoying and flip-floppy as Inuyasha is throughout the entire series, whether he loved fucking Kikyo's bitch ass or Kagome, I don't think he would abandon his fucking kid. So what happened to them and their kid, man? What, like, I really don't, are they fucking dead? Because if that's the case, I'm gonna be really fucking sad. I didn't expect them to make, like, cameos. I don't expect that. But, shit, I would at least like to know that they're alive, because we know freaking, Moroku and Sango's got, like, fucking 6 kids, because he can't keep his freaking hands to himself. Freaking dirty freaking, anyway. So here are some of my concerns for the series, because to me, it just, I hope there's a good, explanation of it. Like I said, Sashomaru can't stand humans, so, like, how did he have kids? Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense. It makes more sense for me. I hope to God it's not Rin's kids. I think it's already been confirmed that that's not the case, because that would be freaking disgusting. And for those of you that ship that, you got some serious problems, because she was a child, and he's like a how fucking old demon? A full demon, by the way. So, like, she's a fucking child. Anyway, let's not get into that. Some freaking toxic ass ships out there. Anyway. But yeah, so, like, who did he have sex with that, like, that was, like, for him enough to like, that he's like, I'm gonna get it in. And, like, have kids with. Doesn't make any sense to me. But clearly he's not in their life, so maybe he's, like, rejected them? I don't know. I'm confused. So, like, I really hope that gets explained. And also, like I said, what happened to Inuyasha and Kagome that their daughter doesn't know them? Because, like I said, that is so not in, like, in their characters to, like, abandon their child. You know what I mean? Like, they really did love each other, and I think that's, I feel like, like I said, as annoying as fucking Inuyasha was flip-floppy, I feel like he really did show throughout the entire series how much he loved Kagome, and that it was a struggle for him, because here was his ex that he was very much in love, the first person he loved, and here he is, like, confused that he's found a new love. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I have questions, and I hope they get answered in them. And like I said, it like, it doesn't make sense, because if you really know the characters, to me, it wouldn't make sense for Sashomaru to have kids at all. So maybe they explain that. I hope there's, like, a flashback or something to where it, like, shows. I would love to see that, like, Sashomaru's character development. I would love that, because you see it throughout the series, like, with him and Rin. So maybe he does, like, get, like, more of a soft spot in general for humans. Who knows? But I would really be interested in seeing that, like, seeing Sashomaru's development, like, in these 10 years. That to me would be very interesting. Yeah, it's just, man, I really do have questions. So, like, besides that, what happened, like, again, with Sango and Moroku, like, I want more backstory on that too. Like, I know in the final act they touch on, like, they have a shit ton of fucking kids. uh, and stuff like that. But what happens after that? Because apparently Sango's brother is Kohaku, by the way. He is training one of Soshomaru's daughters to be a demon slayer as well. So yeah, I got questions. I got questions. Yeah. Anyway, but also like growing up, I thoroughly enjoyed this anime. So I'm gonna throw it back for you people that are in the younger audience. The struggles of watching anime at a young age. At my age, I'm 25. I'm not old by any means. Don't tell me I'm old, but I'm not as young as you guys. Because you guys have such a wonderful time of technology now that you could literally search on Google and it would bring up so many different websites where you could watch these animes in sub or dub. I did not get that option as a child. And so growing up watching Inuyasha, it was on Toonami at like 2 in the fucking morning, by the way. So yeah, I was a huge ass anime fan if I was willing to stay up or fall asleep and then wake up and watch Inuyasha at 2 in the morning. And so growing up, I did not have that luxury to choose whether I wanted to watch it in sub or dub because most likely in America at the time in the 90s it was already dubbed. You didn't really get the option. So just like Sailor Moon, that did not come to the States till like later, I think, like when they officially like released both of them when it was on like multiple websites. But like I said, growing up, I saw the dubbed and I didn't even know because I mean I was a kid, so I didn't know that it was even a thing. Being introduced into anime at 5 years old, like watching anime, and so I'd wake up to the kick ass like credits song. Does anybody remember that? It was so good. Oh man, it was a vibe. And I'd wake up to it and I'd be like, oh hell yeah, next episode's coming up. And I would watch the next episode and I loved this show so freaking much because it was funny. It had action in it. It had love. I mean, really, it was a great anime. And I thought it was very interesting that they touched on like feudal Japan and at that time, it was modern day Japan. Now it's late 90s, early 2000s Japan. So sorry. Sorry about that. But yeah, it was very interesting to me. And that fire like credits song was so awesome and I'd wake up to it and at 2 in the morning, yes. And start watching the next episode. And that's how I watched Inuyasha for a very, very, very long time, was just staying up late and watching it. And again, it was only dubbed because it was on Toonami. And so I didn't really get that. And just to let you know, if you wanted to try to find, if you missed episodes and you wanted to try to, if they didn't show it the next week, you'd have to hope that you could catch a freaking, what's it called? A repeat. Yeah, thank you. A repeat episode. And so, which did not always happen. So you're like, well, shit, well, what happened now? And you'd have to, at the time, try to go deep into the depths of the internet and try to search for a very questionable website that would fill your computer with viruses to try to find this one fucking episode. Or you were lucky enough to find something on YouTube and it was horrible quality and you just sucked it up. But again, you could not control whether it was subbed or dubbed. So I mean, that I still to this day do not understand like what the hate is between the two. Like, because to me, I had to both watch both. I did not get the option, so you know, I can, like I said in like my first episode, I can understand why people don't really like dubbed because there are some cases where they change shit to like whitewash it and shit like that. So I totally understand that, but at the same time, it winds up being the same story. It's still the same anime, and you know what I mean? Like if somebody really loves it and they want to go more into the depths of it and try to get the more accurate one, they can do that. So quit with the freaking hate, man. Like, I feel like the anime community can be so welcoming and loving, but also so toxic. And I touched on that in my first episode ever on the podcast. But yeah, I still don't understand that. Like the hate between it. And so like watching Inuyasha growing up was awesome because like I said, like it was a very easy to understand anime. It was I loved the art style. That whole 90s era of anime, man, was just the freaking art style was kick ass. Like so good. And uh I can remember like being angry at parts too though, like as a kid. Cause uh for those of you that don't know, Inuyasha loves Kagome at the end of the series, which is awesome because that's what you're wanting throughout the whole fucking thing. But throughout the entire, I think it's like 7 seasons, or 8, I can't remember. Um, doesn't matter. Anyway, you're hoping that Inuyasha like finally just is like, okay, I love you, Kagome, and we could avoid all the turmoil that happens with fucking man. Does anyone actually like Kikyo? Did anyone actually like Kikyo in the series? I would love to. Can you guys put that in the comments, like on my Instagram, when I post the teaser up? Like, did anyone actually like Kagome? Or not Kagome, Kikyo. We love Kagome. Kagome's the shit. Kikyo's a bitch. Because really, fucking, like, Inuyasha was in love with some dirt. She was fucking dirt. She was not real. She was, like, it was not her. And, like, god dang, sorry. I'm getting angry. It still makes me mad. I'm 25 years old. I just rewatched it a couple months ago, and it still makes me mad. Like, what the fuck, bro? She's not real. Like, she's dirt. She's mud. She's dirt and bones. Like, not a real person. Ugh. Anyway. Yeah, Kikyo's bitch ass making Inuyasha, like, and she does not even really fucking give a shit. She's like trying to murder Inuyasha like every fucking time she sees him so they could be together. Like, bro, what? You're okay with that? You're okay with her like trying to murder you like 4 fucking times that I could think of. Anyway. Sorry, I'm getting really angry. Anyway, yeah. I did not like Kikyo. Did not like Kikyo. Oh, man. I actually saw, and what's funny is I would not have even known about this sequel if it hadn't been for TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok, and just like every millennial out there, I started it as a joke, and then I very much quickly, like, got hooked. Yes, I have a TikTok. It's the same. You guys can go follow me. It's not the greatest TikTok. I don't know why I have 550 something followers. I don't know how many I have right now. But thank you guys. Shameless plug, yeah, for my TikTok. But I do post the teaser videos on there too, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying that. But yeah, so go follow me on TikTok. But no, I would not have even found out about this sequel if it hadn't been for my dope-ass anime and cosplay community on TikTok, because that was the first place I saw that there was going to be a sequel. I would not even be talking about this right now if it wasn't for my awesome TikTok community. So thank you guys. But yeah, I think everyone cannot stand Kikyo. Like, every video I've ever seen on TikTok that's making fun of it is like, yeah, fuck Kikyo. Like, because I think we could have all had a very much less stressful childhood, like, if Inuyasha just loved Kagome from the start. But anyway, but then we wouldn't have that many seasons. Anyway. Also, why the fuck did it take them so long to fight Naraku? Like, it literally is not until, like, the final season that they like, anyway. No, and, like, Naraku, man, like, has any other woman out there, or anyone in general, have you ever had an ex that's that fucking crazy? Like, Kikyo had a crazy-ass ex. And he wasn't even her ex-boyfriend. Like, she didn't even like this motherfucker. And he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna kill your man because you didn't like me. Like, I'm gonna try to kill your man and the love of his life because you didn't like me. Even though you're already dead. Like, anyway. That is some serious revenge, man. Like, some serious hate. Like, that's a crazy ass ex. No, not respect. My husband just went respect. Like, no, that's fucking psycho. Am I gonna have a crazy ex-husband in the future? Like, are you gonna go crazy or something? God. Anyway. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah. Fuck Kikyo. Just gonna throw that out there one more time. Fuck Kikyo. But, yeah, it took them so fucking long to fight Naraku. And, man. Anyway. They finally beat him, by the way. So let's talk about the final act, because I felt like that was something I wanted to touch on. Because, I did not even know that the final act came out till recently. Like a few months ago. It came out in 2013, which for me was my fucking graduating year of high school. So, like, that's how long ago this shit was, and I didn't even know it came out. So clearly it was not hyped up as much as it should have been for such a waiting community. But anyway, because so many people I talk to now don't even know that there was a final season, because back in the day, it just stopped. There was no final season. You don't know what the fuck happened to them. They never finished fighting Naraku. And you're like, well, what the fuck happens? So, I think it was like 10 years later, and they're like, yo, here's the final act, and I didn't even know about it. And so I watched it. Like I said, I rewatched the entire series and then the final act, because I was like, yo, I need to remember shit. And rewatching it, I still loved it, and then I got to the final act, and don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it. But I felt, one, that it was rushed, because again, it was only one season. I felt like they probably could have, as annoying as it was that it took them this fucking long to fight Naraku, I felt like they could have, you know, lengthened it out a little bit longer. Just a few more episodes even, just to help the filler in it, because I felt like it was a little rushed. Don't talk to me about Game of Thrones. My husband just said, like, Game of Thrones. Don't talk to me about Game of Thrones. That's gonna be another episode. Don't worry, that's coming. That's fucking coming. Don't you worry. That's fucking coming. No, but I felt like it was rushed a little bit. And not to mention, there was a lot of fan service. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the ending. I thought it was cute and all. But again, like I said, it's fan service, which, for those of you that aren't, like, huge into anime, there can be a danger with fan service. I hate to use the word danger. It makes it sound so serious, but that's the only word I could think of at the time. Anyway, it's like a double-edged sword, because you can get what you want from the anime, which is awesome, but it can also sometimes ruin the story, or, like, not make it as impactful, and it's like, it can suck sometimes. So, even though I'm sure everyone wanted, you know, Kagome and Inuyasha to get married at the end, and Sango and Moroku, to have a billion kids, I felt like it was slightly rushed, and I felt like it could have been a more impactful ending if they had not rushed it. I think they could have still had the same ending, but if they had not rushed it, we would have still and I think it's because they did it so far apart from the original, you know? So they're like, well, let's just finally throw this out there and, like, let the fans have the ending that they wanted, which is not bad. Let me, like, stress that enough. That does not necessarily mean it's bad. It's just that I said, like, you know, it was rushed, and so we could have still gotten that ending we always wanted, but if it had not been rushed, I feel like it would have been, like, more of a satisfying ending. You know what I mean? So that's my qualms with the final act. I still really enjoyed it. I'm glad I got my final season after, like, fucking 10 years. That's how you know you're a real anime fan, by the way. I'm still waiting on Ouran High School Host Club season 2, which apparently they announced might be happening. Don't fuck with me. Like, I'm still waiting on that shit. Like, don't fuck with me on that. I really want that shit, okay? Because they did not kiss, fall in love. Okay, they hugged, fell in love. Okay, and I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Anyway, if you don't get that reference, literally the fucking theme song says "Kiss, kiss, fall in love." Anyway, it makes me angry. Sorry, there's so much ranting in this this episode, but there's so much shit that made me angry. Like fucking Anyway, that's why you guys come to this podcast, right? So it's just a geek who rants about geeky things. So anyway. Yeah, but things I loved about Inuyasha. Now that I talked about my qualms with it, the things I loved about it were just in general, the story overall. Yo, shut up. Sorry if you guys heard that. But yeah, we live in a very busy area, so it can be annoying sometimes to try to record around here. We get cars, we get trains, we get it all. But anyway, jumping back into this, things I loved about the series. I loved the love story. As annoying as it was, like with Kikyo's bitch ass, it worked because it made you get angry. I think we've all had that ex that it's like we're in Kagome's situation where you really have feelings for them and they're hung up on their ex. You know what I mean? And then you're like, well, they show that they care about me, and that's great, but they're hung up on this person in which Inuyasha's case is fucking dead. Like, by the way, she's dirt, bro. She's dirt. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into this again. Oh man, it makes me angry. Sorry. I still get angry about it. Anyway, she's fucking dirt, bro. And I don't mean that in like the like figurative sense. I mean that in the literal sense. She's actually fucking dirt. Like, she's actually dirt. And so I loved the love story. I loved seeing the character development with Sesshomaru, because, by the way, Sesshomaru is my favorite character. I have a soft spot for the asshole characters in every single thing I watch. Everything I watch. I love the assholes that get like a redemption arc or have like the soft spot. So I love Bakugo. I don't care if you guys hate me for that. I love Vegeta. Don't care if you guys hate me for that. He's the Prince of all Saiyans, so fuck you guys. He's the best. And he could, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna throw this out there, he could totally whoop Goku's ass if he was not raising his fucking kid. The only reason Goku's fucking better is because he fucking abandons his kid all the fucking time and lets Piccolo raise him. So fuck you guys, I know that's the real reason. Vegeta is the OG and the gangster of all gangsters, okay? So y'all can fight me on that. Anyway. Sorry. I'm like going into a bunch of stuff here today. Oh man. Anyway, I love the asshole characters. For example, like in Star Wars, I love Kylo Ren, because again, redemption arc, we love that. I love when a character starts off as somebody that like you can't stand and then has a great comeback. For those of you that are caught up on My Hero, I'm gonna throw a little spoiler out there, so fast forward a couple seconds if you don't want to hear it. What the fuck is his name? Endeavor. Endeavor is having the greatest fucking redemption arc right now. I could not stand his ass at the beginning of the anime and the manga, and now I'm like, yo, he's actually making an effort to like repair his family and shit and like become a better person, and like we love that shit. So, hey, maybe Endeavor's gonna be my new favorite character. Don't know that for sure. I still really fucking love Bakugo, man. I love him so much. I love my little angry boy. I love him very much. My little spiky haired boom boy. I love him. But yeah, I really do have a soft spot for those asshole characters that get like the redemption arc. And so Sesshomaru for me is that character, because if you don't know, like I said, he hates humans, and he finds this little girl, and her parents, she's not around them, they're gone, and he saves her from these wolves. And then she's like, oh, cool, you saved me, I'm gonna tag along with you. And he's like trying to get like, he's like, no, go away, shoo. And she just follows him, she stays with him, and then he kind of never really tells her to leave though. Like that's what I think is so funny is like I think from the very beginning he kind of like had a soft spot for her for some reason. And um Jockin, his little right-hand man, who was probably the most annoying character ever, besides Kikyo. Anyway, he's just annoying. Like I don't hate him. He's just annoying as a person. Like all up on Sashomaru's dick, man. Like was like the biggest fangirl you ever met of Sashomaru. Anyway, and so Rin is this changing factor for Sashomaru, and he essentially is raising her because, like I said, she lost her parents, and he saved her. He didn't even really. I don't think like it's like he was like, well, let me just throw this kid a bone. Not even like he cared. He was just like, I'll do it. And she tags along with him, and throughout the entire series, Sashomaru like starts to show more like love for her. And I don't mean like in love for you nasty people. Like I mean like as a father figure. Like he cared about her because anytime freaking Jockin fucked up and would not watch her or some shit and she got lost or like kidnapped or whatever the case was, Sashomaru went full on gangster to save this little girl. And he didn't even fucking have to. He's like, that ain't my kid. You know what I mean? He just really did care about her. And I felt like that was the turning point for him because he hated all humans. And here's this little adorable little girl, by the way. Super fucking cute. She looks like a little baby Kagome. Oh my God, so cute. And and she's just cute through the whole thing though. She's like, Master Sashomaru. Anyway, I can't even describe how freaking cute she is, but she's like, you know, just tagging along with him. She really just wants to be with him. She's literally says so many times, I'm so glad I get to be with you forever, Lord Sashomaru. Like, she says that so many times, or I hope I can be with you forever, Lord Sashomaru. And like, dude, like, it gets you in the feels. You're like, oh, cute. Like, oh man, that's cute. Shit. And so Sashomaru, like I said, is totally like that badass character that you love and is an asshole, but you love him. And I really am curious, like I said, to see. I would love to see that backstory, like even more. I feel like that's even more character development because, like I said, he only had a soft spot for Ren. He still could not stand like Kagome and the rest of Inuyasha's like, you know, gang. So like, what happened? That he was like, did he actually fall in love with somebody, or was it just a side piece, or like, I really am curious, because to me that would just further like his character development and like redemption. You know what I mean? From like despising humans and like wanting to like, you know, not even. Man, I really would love to see that. And it's just I'm really excited for this. I really cannot wait till the manga comes out. I'm totally gonna buy that shit. And there has been very few, like I haven't bought a manga in a very long time, so like that's how excited I am for this. Cuz now there's apps, but I want the physical copy. I'm that person. If I really love something, like video games, I'm the same way. If I really am excited for a video game, I won't download it. I will buy the physical copy. That's how bad I want it. Like I am willing to go to the store. Yes, willing to go to a GameStop or Target, wherever the hell it is. Most likely GameStop because we love GameStop. And go buy the physical copy because and are you sure I'm gonna get the freaking limited edition? Hell yeah. And like special edition, hell yeah I am. Am I willing to spend $100 more? Hell yeah I am. Because it's dope. They usually have like so much cool shit. But anyway, getting off track there. But yeah, I always want the physical copy whenever it's something I really enjoy. I literally have every single season of Sailor Moon DVD, and I have the original VHSs. That's how old I am. I'm old. I still have the VHSs. Yeah, man. When I really love something, I want it. And to me, this is something I'm very excited for. I know the rest of the fandom is super fucking stoked, and I can't wait to see the newcomers in the fandom, like all these younger generations, like growing up with the new characters and then wanting to go back and see the original. Because obviously it's going to have to be a standalone too for people that have never seen the original. So they're going to have to, yes, they're going to, so that's what I'm saying. There's going to have to be flashbacks or something, because for these people that have never seen the original and are just hopping on this, it won't make sense to them. Like, who the fuck is Sango? Who the fuck is Kikyo? Who, you know what I mean? Like, who are these people that it made this impression? You know what I mean? I'm interested. I'm very intrigued to see what the future holds for it. I think that's already confirmed that there's going to be an anime, which why would they not do that? And actually, yeah, it was confirmed because the same production company is doing it, which, hell yeah, which means the art style is going to be the same. So, fuck yeah. They've already showed the character designs, so go check that out. They look adorable, by the way. They look freaking cute, these girls. They're adorable. We love that. And I think it's cool that they have, like, kind of the same dynamic where it's like a demon slayer and, you know what I mean? That's cool. Speaking of Demon Slayer, I'm very heartbroken that the movie's getting pushed back. That thanks COVID. The anime like community right now is hurting bad, you guys, because so many of like the shit we were so hyped for is getting pushed back, and it hurts. It really hurts. Yeah. There was so much shit I was looking forward to. And I'm very heartbroken that it's getting pushed back. There's so many movies and new animes I was so hyped to see, and they're getting pushed back. I'm not saying like, hey, risk your life so I can have this anime. I'm just saying I'm sad, and I was really looking forward to them, and that's okay to be sad that you're missing out on something that you were looking forward to. It's okay. I hope you guys are staying safe out there, though, during all this crazy. But let me know what you guys are looking forward to in the new series, what you liked and disliked in the old series, and what you hope happens in the new one. Also, who is your favorite character, and if you liked Kikyo's bitch ass? I will say that a million times. I did not like Kikyo. I don't know anyone that did. I really don't. I will say, she was a badass fighter. Like, don't get me wrong, but she's still a bitch. Like, she's still a bitch. Like, can't change my mind on that. She did have a shitty childhood, though. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. You've seen the fucking anime, or you haven't, and it's on Hulu. Go check it out. They have all the seasons, including the final act and the movies. So go check that shit out. I loved the series. It's still one of my favorites of all time, even including like I said, the final act, as much as they rushed. I feel as it was rushed. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my own opinion. You guys are entitled to yours. Yeah, anyway, she's still a bitch. And yeah, and like I said, as much as I liked the final act, I felt like as though they rushed it. I'm entitled to my own opinion. You guys are entitled to yours. I still enjoyed it, though, and I felt like it was a good closing to the series because it made sense and was genuinely what the entire fandom, I think, wanted. So even though it wasn't, like, satisfying in the sense, like, as a finishing product, it was a good ending, in my opinion, to, like, that made sense for the characters, and unlike Game of Thrones, so as shitty as anyway, I'm not gonna start with that. That's coming. Don't worry. So as much as, like I said, fan service can be a great thing, it can also be a bad thing. And yeah, anyway, I did enjoy it, and shitty as it's not, for me, it wasn't even the last season of Game of Thrones. It was the last episode. The last fucking episode is what killed it. The whole rest of the series, the character. Anyway, we're gonna get into that, but that's coming later. Anyway, if you guys are really interested in that, I can push that up. Just let me know. But yeah. And again, like I said, you younger generations are very lucky now to have as many streaming services as you do, because like I said, we had VHS back in the day, we had DVDs, and I'm so old. Let me just throw this out there. I'm so old that back in the day, you could get DVD, or not DVD, you can get VHS, let's start there. You can get VHS tapes at the library. At the fucking library. You can get movies at the library and check them out. That's how old I am. That's the struggle I was going through. I had to get my fucking movies and shit at the library, okay? So, before you guys try to throw some hate, realize I'm fucking old and I did not have this shit when I was younger, okay? You guys have the world right now, okay? And it's great. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking great, because now I do tend to watch more sub versus dub, but I don't care, I will watch both. Most of the time, I do watch both. I watch a series in sub, and then I watch it in dub, and try to compare the two. See which one I like better. Very rarely, I'm gonna just say, do I like the dub better, but that's just my opinion. Don't hate them, though, so I don't get the hate behind it. But it's mostly because sometimes the dubbed voices don't compare to, like, the original Japanese ones. Like, the character's voice, it does not make sense. Like, they'll make it super high-pitched, and somebody, you know what I mean? Like, real, like, deep and, like, angry. And they'll make him, like, really high-pitched and whiny. And you're like, what? But again, it also depends on which one you saw first, because maybe you like the subbed version, or the dubbed version better than the subbed, because I've had cases like that, too. Like with me with Sailor Moon, I talked about that a little bit a while ago, that I liked the dubbed version better than the subbed. I know I still am probably gonna get a shit ton of hate on that, but that's the one I grew up with, and that's the one I still have all the DVDs of. And like I said, back in the day, I didn't get the option, so y'all can hop off that. I did not get the option. It was on Toonami, or not Toonami. It was on freaking Cartoon Network, whatever. And that's the only shit I could watch. So don't hate on me. I live in America. That's all we had. Like, that's all we had. And anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed the series, and I like I said, I'm super excited for the future of it. And yeah, I'm excited. And don't forget, check me out on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and what else do we got? Oh, Facebook too. Yeah, man. Like we're on all social media basically. So check us out, man. And thank you guys again. Oh, and Patreon. Thank you guys who have supported us so far. That means so much to me. Like seriously, that really is a big help. You don't even know, man. So thank you guys who are supporting us and are enjoying the after show. I've gotten some good feedback from you guys, so thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. But yeah, you can only get access to the after show if you are a patron. Sorry, just I need something for you guys to want to go over there and check us out, right? But yeah, I'm super excited for the future of our podcast, the future of this anime, and I'm just yeah, man, I'm super stoked. So, like I said, let me know what you guys are excited for, and did you guys watch Inuyasha? Did you enjoy it? What was your favorite childhood anime? I would love to know that. Yeah, man, I'm super excited. Anyway, thank you guys again so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. And as always, it's not easy being geeky. Hey guys, thank you for your continued support. You can check us out on all of our socials, including our website, noteasybeingeeky.com, and our Patreon. We just made a new Patreon. You can support us even further. You'll also get exclusive content, early access to episodes, and now our after show. Yes, we have an after show. It's awesome. Go check it out. And thank you again for your continued support. Every little bit helps.